Hey folks, hope you're doing good today, having a good weekend and all that jazz. We're having a heat wave here in Portugal, over 100 degrees. Nice and sweaty. Now, I had this show lined up for this week. I was going to do it yesterday, but we had an extra priority submission to come through in the week, so it got kind of pushed away for another day. But I really want to check these bands out, so I'm going to do another show at the weekend. And it's going to be a long one as well, because these are the kind of bands with long tracks, 7 and 8 minute tracks. But it's going to be worth every second of your time. What I've lined up for today is 3 new bands to the channel. We haven't checked them out before. We've got some post-metal, experimental stuff in there as well. And some post-black for us towards the end as well. And man, these bands sound so great. We've not heard of them before, and pretty much no one's heard of them. This first band we're going to check out today, Novere, they've got 29 subscribers. So we're going to be the first on board with these bands, and I'm telling you now, they're super quality, and your jaw's going to drop to the floor when you find out how good these bands are and nobody knows about them. So let's check them out. This one's called Farewell. Watch out if you're sensitive. Yeah, great recording, great mix. bass. Great recording on the cymbals, real nice wash to it. Amazing. Man, that was so great. I was so lost in that one with the video as well. Just absolutely quality, superb music. Really captured the post-metal nicely without being super heavy. It was kind of like, not post-rock, post-metal, but you know what I'm saying, and it wasn't kind of real heavy and sludgy. Some post-metal is really sludgy and heavy and kind of just weighty. This had they had those Telecasters and stuff in there, brought a kind of crunch to it more than a thick distortion sludgy sound. I really liked it. It sounded great. It went with the drums so nicely, and it gave more space for the bass as well in this one, which had such a nice warm, thick. The recording on this one was so great. Every member of the band, whoever did the recording and mixed it and whatever, maybe it tells us on here, we'll have a quick look. Let's see, film directed, no, it doesn't say, but whoever did the recording and the mixing captured the essence of every instrument and what they were doing on the instrument so well. Man, the cymbals just had so much wash. You could hear all the nuance and the vibration of the cymbals. The snare and the kick had a nice punch, but still sounded natural and, you know, kind of not too messed about with. Guitars captured greatly. That bass had a warmth and a thickness, and you could feel the vibration of the strings coming through with the sound as well. And the vocal as well, the clean vocal had a really nice reverb to it, warm again. You know, they brought a warmth into this one, which isn't necessarily there with the darker, more sludgy post-metal, but it was really nice. It was a nice warmth to the whole track. Just sounded so great on the ears. So shout out to whoever did the mixing and the recording on that one, because they really just captured the essence of it really nicely. Thought these guys were absolutely sick. All the sections were great. All the transitions were great. The drumming was sick. The vocals were sick as well. Really, really liked it. And I liked that it was heavy, but actually not too heavy, you know, kind of single coil heavy, if you know what I'm saying. That was really nice about it as well. And let me just remind you as well, these guys, 29 subscribers. Makes no sense. Please get over their channel, give them all the likes and everything that they need, because that is just amazing quality with a video as well. The next band, these guys, they got a Chariot of Black Moth video. This is Dawn Fades with Taste. Let's give this one a spin.
It takes away all those things I taste. It takes away all those things I taste. Just nothing to break the ice. All the events for tomorrow. God cannot taste. And raise all its horror. It's God cannot taste.
There's a nice warmth to this vocal as well. Good sound. Yeah. Drums sound great.
Cannot
super nice. Well, quite experimental in a bunch of ways as well. Bringing edges together that I can't say I've heard very often. The way they did the... Jesus, that's loud. The way they did the vocal in this one and weaved it in and out of Black and Fry. And then more kind of, I don't know, Chino Marino-y kind of emotionally singing stuff as well. Really nice. Don't really hear that too often in that way. And the blackened edge brought in a darkness and a nastiness. And then the more melodic and reverby vocal, again, had that nice warmth and a kind of softer edge to it that you don't necessarily get in this rough, dirty music. I think they've blended that together very nicely in the last two bands. Not something you always hear, because generally, you know, a lot of the bands who make this kind of music want to be as aggressive and abrasive with the vocal as well. But I really actually like this reverby, singy, quite high pitch, high range stuff to bring in more of a softer, warmer edge to it. Blends it in very nicely, actually. Cool. This last band we're going to check out today have got 10 subscribers, and when you listen to this 8-minute 52 track, I mean, that's nearly only 1 subscriber per minute of this track, which is just crazy. This is Illuster. The track is called Magnolia. They've got a high-quality official video for it. Next time we have this band on the channel, I want to see way more than 11 subscribers, which is ridiculous. Let's go. These guys are more post-black. Vocal warmth again in these guys, very nice. What a great recording on the cymbal. A nice rocky vibe to this one as well. It's not all black and nasty. It's got a kind of summertime vibe to it as well.
Daylight is fleeting, I wish I was still dreaming. The setting sun reflects on the glass, and the glare is blinding. An idyllic dressed window scene is spotted from the corner of my eye. My stranger's gaze appears within a humble home. A crooked frame holds a distant relation, a strange sensation. Resting upon a chestnut shelf, the wilted flower decays, reminiscent of the sullen state etched upon my face. I let out a somber sigh as I am moving on, wishing them well. I wish them well.
Super nice. Wow, I got so lost in this track and the video again. Just drifting away, and that's what it's all about. Super nice. Man, let me just remind you again, these guys have got 10 subscribers. That makes no sense. That could be, you know, their family just watching this video. It makes no sense when you're putting out music like this, contemporary music as well, because this post-black is pretty new, you know, it's a new genre, and these guys have taken post-black and gone even further with it. You can tell that this band have got a lot of ideas that they want to pull together, because they're pulling not just from adjacent kind of subgenres that are easy to pull from and just slot in with your music. They're pulling from and reaching to further away genres that you have to think about and you have to want and have a purpose behind to fit them in and blend them in with the other styles that you've got going on. And they did it super nicely. The stuff I'm talking about is post-black, post-rock, rock elements, bright, summery elements and kind of major chord stuff, and then bringing in a darkness and an atmosphere. Again, we had that vocal warmth in these guys, which has been really nice thing to tie all these three bands together, even though they're different stuff and coming at it in different ways. The vocal warmth has been a kind of real nice stitch to tie all these bands together, and it's come across really nicely. Now, you do get vocal warmth more so in kind of post-black than post-metal, because post-metal is generally more abrasive. But man, they did it so nicely in this one, like reaching out and pulling into that summertime vibe from blackness is a real leap. But they did it so nicely. It felt right. It felt good, and it kept the vibe going nicely. So these guys have got a lot of ideas, and they're trying to think outside the box, and they're achieving it, in my opinion. There's only one thing that didn't sit nicely with me in this, and it was really a mixing thing. It's cool that you could see them at the studio and stuff there. All I would say in this one is, for my personal tastes, the male shouting vocal was too dry. The way I thought about it was, if you imagine all the instruments as people in a swimming pool, and then that shouting vocal was someone dry on the outside, you know, everyone's in the same water together, and then you kind of, when you've got a dry vocal against a lot of reverb and everything that's gelled together with reverb, it really stands out, in my opinion, and it doesn't slot in with the rest of the music, so it kind of sits out there. And I would have just liked to have seen more reverb on that vocal part there. Really, pretty much is what it would have done. Just blend it back in with the rest of the reverby sound that you're getting from the music, because it was just a bit too dry, and I don't think you want anything dry in this kind of music, in post-black at least. Everything needs to have a decent level of reverb on it to make everything have that wetness and gel together in the same way. I don't think it works out where you have dry elements and wet elements. They just don't blend as nicely, but that's very minor. Just would have cranked the reverb up slightly on the shouting vocal, but when they had the group vocal there with the male and the female and the singing, that had a ton of reverb on it and sounded right and blended in nicely with the rest of the music at that stage. It was just the shouty part. So there's 3 incredible bands to check out. We've been going ages, yeah, half an hour. So you can fill your time with these kind of bands, because they make 8 and 9 minute tracks. But, you know, they're the kind of tracks that you get absolutely lost in. And if you're in a hot weekend like you are over here in Portugal, and you're just sitting back because there's nothing else you can do other than just sweat when it's 42 degrees outside, and you just slap this kind of music on, and whatever you're doing, if you're just cruising the internet, reading Reddit or whatever, these kind of tracks just create such a great background vibe for whatever you're doing, because they're movements and journeys within the track, so it feels, you know, emotional, and it moves you as you're listening to the music. It's not just a verse chorus type of track, and it really sets a great vibe. So if you're not doing much today and you just sat around the house, whatever, put these 3 bands on in the background, and I'll tell you, that will sort your next half an hour out with some really great vibe, and you can go off and listen to the rest of them. So hope you had a good day today, guys. Next time these bands are on the channel, and I hope they all send over their latest music video when it comes out. I want to see a lot more than 12 and 11 and 20 subscribers on their channel, because it just makes no sense to me. But that's what this channel's here for. Bands like this, incredible bands that are good as anyone out there, they're just going under the radar. We need to let more people know about them. Head over to their channel, give them a like, give this video a like if you've made it this far, especially if you've made it 30 minutes. If you made it 30 minutes into this video, surely it deserves a like. But I hate begging for likes anyway. Anyway, we'll see you around, guys. Cheers, bye.